All right, it should be recording. Okay. There it goes. I'm like, it didn't say recording yet. Now it is. Okay. Well, I'm excited because it is pretty much Magic Week, and this means that a lot of incredible things are about to happen. And I feel like tomorrow is really the day it's going to start hitting, and it's going to hit hard because of the seeds you've been planting for the last few months. Everything that's been in the works is going to start fruition. It's going to start like unraveling. And it's the work that you put in, you see in 90 days. Like that's the biggest work you see. So if you continually do the work, continually post, continually reach out, continually like engage and build relationships, you're going to have a domino effect that's going to happen. Not everybody's going to come at you at once, but it will slowly start happening. And then all of a sudden it's going to be like an amazing explosion. Okay. So this was something that it was something that was brought to us today on our corporate call, and I wanted to share it with you. She said, if you didn't wake up excited about your plan for this month, for the end of the month, you might need to reevaluate your plan. Say it again. If you didn't wake up excited about your plan, you might need to reevaluate your plan and your actions to hit your plan. So I want you to think for a minute and think about, what does your plan look like right now for the next, I think we have 5 days. Let me see, let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, we have 7. Holy moly, even better. Okay. But you have Memorial Weekend in there, and we're going to talk about that too. So really you have less. Okay. So if you did not wake up excited about your plan, what does your plan need to do or look like? So take a second, fill that, and be like, okay, what does my plan need to look like? And if you're like, well, what is a plan? What would a plan look like? Well, if you're in our builder chat right now, then you're going to see the biggest thing that start is the graphic. A lot of us need countdowns. A lot of us need to see a visualization of where we're going, because if you don't have a roadmap of where you're going, then you have no map to follow. There is no plan. You can wake up and be like, well, I'm going to go silver. Okay, well, what's your plan on that? Like, how are you going to do it? And those action steps are what you should be excited about. What you're getting up ready for is like, oh my gosh, I'm going to help Jennifer go silver. I'm going to help Shara go senior gold. Okay, great. How are you going to do that? So you have to think about, and you have these plans, but the plans have to have plans. So like, I'm saying, oh, I'm going to help Jennifer go silver. I'm just giving examples. And okay, so what I'm going to do for her is I'm going to do an event, or I'm going to do a 15-minute messenger event, or I'm going to have her invite everybody to the Real People, Real Stories thing that they're happening this Thursday. Great timing on that, and plugging people into that. That is the best way for you to multiply duplication and to get those people in action. So Julia, since you just popped on, I'm going to say it again because I feel like all of us need to hear it one more time. If you didn't wake up excited about your plan, you might need to reevaluate your plan for the end of the month. So, and that plan is really diving into, what does that look like? So we're going to take about 3 minutes, because you should have some kind of indication of what or where you want to go, who you want to help get silver, all of those things. So if you have paper, I want you right now to have paper and pen. And I want you to start reevaluating your plan so that when you wake up in the morning tomorrow, you are excited. You are ready to run. I mean, even tonight, it's only 9, and a lot of us are night owls on this call. You are ready to run. You are ready to move. And you're so excited because by you helping your people hit their goals, you're going to hit your goals. And we have to remember, this is a relationship business. This is about helping people. And this is the thing that I think sometimes we forget. And Shara is a great testimony to this. I'm a great testimony to this, is that sometimes we think goal and we forget we're in a happy, healthy business. We're literally helping people feel better. We're literally helping people have happiness again in their marriage, happiness again in their future, happiness and dreams that they could possibly not have prior. We are doing that. That is our job. That is our job. So think about that, and think about what your plan is going to look like, because that should be what you're excited about. So a few minutes on that. I love that book. Then once you get that plan written down, just listen as you're writing. You're going to print a couple of these because you're going to need one for each one that you just wrote down that you're going to help develop, because you don't want to know just where they're going to hit silver. You want, if they already have a vision of here, you need to have their vision for here and when that's going to happen. Not like, okay, well, I really want to go diamond. Okay, well, let's just game plan this. Let's break this down. Well, when do you want to go silver? When would be a great goal to go silver? When would be a great goal to go gold? Senior gold. Like, you should have every single person that is working the business in your organization start printing out one of these roadmaps, because then you're going to have a plan that you both discussed. It's not, this is what makes you a leader in your team, is having those personal conversations, inviting people into that and bigger vision casting than they could possibly think. Be like, oh my gosh, Julia, can you imagine in just a few short months, you could be Ruby? And then like dive into that and then tell her how you're going to help her do that and really vision cast that and what that will look like. So when you don't do that, they don't have a picture. They don't see bigger pictures. They don't see bigger possibilities unless their leader pours into them. So we do another thing that Genevieve talks about is middle of the month. And this is something, so we're all doing, a lot of us, and when you guys, and some of you, if you're watching this later and you're ready to dive in, every single month, we do something called the winning day. It's a sheet. And a lot of us are having to put it in our thread every single day for 5 days. And it is a requirement to be in the thread. Like it's 100% commitment, not just 10%, it's 100%. Because with this winning day is you're getting a picture of what a business checklist looks like. Just like the pilot we talked about a month or two ago, I can't remember, of when your pilot is on the airplane, he's checking off everything to make sure every engine light's on, the gas is on. It's the same routine, same mundane stuff he does every single flight, but he has to do it, because if not, could you imagine the impact for him not checking that list? Same with us. We have a checklist, and that's the winning day. And so with that checklist, it is powerful. But during the middle of the month, you guys are going to start doing calls with your teams or even messages and vision cast of like, because usually the middle of the month, right about now, people feel like their goals aren't going to happen. And you're going to be like, no, Shara, we're going to vision cast. Let's get this plan going. Let's figure this out. How are we going to do this? Because I can't do it for everybody. Everybody's going to start stepping up. If you're silver, you're going to start doing these things for your team and reaching out to your people. Okay, you said you had, this is even somebody silver, going silver. You know, hey, Jennifer, you said you had your aunt possibly. Let's talk to her. Maybe put us in a 3-way and kind of vision cast that and get them to that next level. But if you're not pouring encouragement and belief in them, Satan will. Satan will tell them that this isn't going to happen. Satan's going to take over, and Satan will take over their mind and believe that this isn't actually what they were meant to be to do, right? Not going to happen. So finish the plan. And hey, Patricia, and get excited about that plan, because that plan should be waking you up every single morning from here to the 31st, where you are excited and ready to hit your goals. Because I know right here, there are a lot of people with big goals this month, and we need to make sure that our vision is set and we know where we're going. If you're competitive, like a lot of us are, I know almost every single person on this call is very competitive. If you are playing in a game, softball game, and you don't know, like if you're playing the game and you're like, I just don't think we're going to make it. Your mind already believes that. So it's not going to happen. And so you have to really speak that out. Like, no, I'm hitting gold. Gold's happening this month. No, I'm hitting Ruby. Ruby's happening this month. I'm going to make it happen. Because when you're in the game like that and your mindset is different, your game plan is going to be different. You're going to shift. You're going to move things. If you're like, okay, well, I needed 6 orders a day. Let's say those 6 orders didn't come. Well, guess what? Okay, well, I'm going to help this person go silver, and your game plan changes. Keep changing it every day so that you can hit your goals. Okay. Next thing, remember to print off. I know Patricia just got on. Get every single one of your teammates that are wanting to get their products paid for, because whenever want finances to get in their way of their health journey, put them even at silver. They don't need to know all of this, right? You give them all of this, you're going to overwhelm them. Don't give them the menu. You're going to help them go silver. and then be like, could you imagine, how was that $400 check? Could you imagine what that would look like if you helped 3 more? And if you helped 3 more, how would that feel for you? And then you just move forward. So we're going to work on that tonight and tomorrow, is really getting every single person a roadmap, because you're their leader, need to vision cast and need to know where your team is going. Okay. Next thing. So I said, and it's unfortunate that not everybody could be on the call tonight, because Genevieve gave me a lot of great tips tonight and things that are going to be happening at convention that I kind of want to share with you. So, all right. So honestly, none of y'all have been to convention. So this is going to be new to you, but it's not new to me. So she gave us tips and said, do not bring an extra luggage bag, because you're not going to need it, because everything at convention is going to be shipped to your home. Even the new things coming will be shipped to your home. That was plural. I heard her say plural several times. She also said, make sure your list is ready before convention, because when that happens, we all going to be working in my hotel room. I'm just going to say. She said, you have to have your list ready when you get there. And that list has to be who is, and she said, I want you to think of people, summer is coming. Maybe you start holding up a bathing suit and go, oh my gosh, is anybody else terrified to put this on after so many months? She said, you want to start promoting things like this. You want to talk about how shorts are going to be involved. You're going to want to start talking summer things and start putting a lot of those relationships, or building those relationships, because come June convention, when you're ready to talk to them about what is here, it's not going to be like there's no relationship. You've already chatted with them and asked them how their summer's going, what plans have they've gotten, all of those little things to lead up to hopefully a sale. Who knows? If it happens, it happens. That's great. But there is that. So usually at convention, a lot of us are having to have like extra space in our luggage, because anything at the convention store there, you brought home, like it's a convention store. And so she said, no, not this time. Everything's going to be shipped. But here's the thing. This is why I say, if you have somebody going to watch it virtually, I'm still going to bug you to ask them to come in person, because everything at convention, they're not going to be able to see. They're not going to get it live like you are. And so when it gets to them, it's going to be sold out possibly, because all of us are going to take a lot of that stuff. And the stuff there is going to be prime time stuff that you can't get later on. It's only at conventions. And I'm talking swag stuff. I'm talking clothes. I'm talking all kinds of things. Okay. So think about that. And then she also said, start thinking about when, like today, and that's why I'm trying to plan a camping trip, and I'm trying to plan a picnic or potluck at my house. I know you guys, some of you are way far away, but you start doing this with your teams. You don't have to wait on me or have to do this with me. I want you to, but several of you guys are hours and hours away. She said, start planning something that you can invite your community to, customers, ambassadors, VIPs, because you want to show community and have your Hydrate and Active available, because that's going to be a big summer thing. You should start promoting those things. You got to start doing those things. She's like, start thinking about making popsicles with your Hydrate, your lemon lime Hydrate. You have lemonade popsicles. And I'm like, oh, smart. And then I was like, oh, ice cubes, right? We could totally make lemonade ice cubes. I actually mixed the lemonade or lemon lime with the blueberry, and y'all, that actually was really good. Like, I didn't like the blueberry by itself as much. I tried, some other things. I actually did it as a pixie stick for a long time. But mixed together, it is like a lemon blueberry. It's pretty cool. Okay. So start thinking about those things that you can have and post about making it available, because you have a lot of kids that are going to be in softball, baseball. They're going to need a lot of those electrolytes during the summer. So when you're posting about those things or inviting people to your house to try some of the awesome things that you have, and bring your kids, say, hey, popsicles are going to be available. Hey, healthy popsicles, right? No sugars, no dyes, any of that. Start planning things that you could do with your team. So like for me, I'm like camping trip. I've been wanting to have a camping trip. I know not everybody can come. Even if it's just me and my husband, I'm just going to do it. So, but I think offering something is better than offering nothing. Set up a picnic, set up something at your house, because you're going to want something to happen right after convention. Then the other thing that we're going to do as a team is we're going to come together because we're going to need to. I want to do an in-home person. Like if people can come that are close, maybe we can meet halfway. And we're going to, she's like, you're going to want to like digest everything that you just did with the people that were there. And so digest why we're there. We'll do that maybe days after on a Zoom and then in person. But start thinking about what your calendar is going to look like when you get back and go ahead and plan it because you're going to want that. She's like, you're going to want your list. You're going to want to have everything in play, not wait. You want a game plan. Okay. Oh, okay. So for the rest of the month, so the plan, the biggest plan, I'm going to give you some hints. You might have already wrote this down. You might have even know this. It's totally fine, but I'm going to go ahead and say it anyway. So the biggest things that you're going to look at, you're going to look at anybody under 50 PV and under, because you get more points when they have more. So what's a product they haven't tried that maybe you can offer $5 off? Be like, oh my gosh, Shara, I see you haven't even tried Hydrate. You're going to want Hydrate in the summer. I promise you, when that heat hits you and you need those electrolytes to like feel energized again, you're going to want that in your bag. What if I offer you $5, try a bag, see if you like it? That ups their PV. They're trying something new and they might actually fall in love with it. So look at anything under 50 PV. Add something, think of something. Look, you're going to have to take time, but look at their orders and see what their order history was and see what they've ordered in the last few months. Next, you're going to find who has added one and help them add another. So help one add one. Look at anybody in your organization that can add one. It can be their husband. Help them add one and say, hey, I don't want you missing out on the double bonuses that are happening this month. There's only 7 days left. Who do you know that truly needs health transformation? She gave some great wording. We all are seeing people struggling right now. We're all seeing some posts. We're seeing those things, right? She said, Carolyn, I noticed that you're posting and you haven't been feeling your best lately. I'm in a feel-good business and I have no idea if this is a good fit for you or not, but can we connect and just see what has really helped me? Boom. Simple, right? Simple. You're making it about them. Hey, I've seen you post, because you're obviously, if you're seeing people struggle, they're posting because they want people seeing that they're not feeling good. You know, a lot of us, some of us, like I never posted like that all the time because I didn't want people to understand or feel. Think of that as a scream or a cry for help. They're really posting about that for a help. And you're seeing people like, hey, my kid's sick. What can I give them? Right? It's a scream for help. Same with these posts. Think about that. How is your ask? When you're seeing those things, ask them like, hey, I see you're posting. I see you're struggling. You know that I'm in a feel good business. You know that what I do is to help people feel better. I don't know if this might be a good fit for you, but would you be open to hearing what made me feel better? Simple. Okay. Next, look at your stories. Every single story that you have, start seeing who's following and who's evaluating that, and reach out to them and just say, hey, I just want to say thank you for being so engaging and following my stories. It means the world to me. That goes anywhere else, great, but just start conversation. Same with your posts. A lot of your posts, and I have some message examples in our thread, and I'll have some more hopefully tonight, but more of like, hey, Patricia, thank you so much for loving on my post. It really means the world. In the last few months, have you noticed anything that stood out that might perk your interest that you might want to kind of look at a little bit further? Never know unless you ask. Another is, so when you, let's say you have some loyal customers, ambassadors, whatever, reach out to them like, hey, I just wanted to let you know, I'm just so grateful that you're such a loyal customer. You have been there and, you keep ordering, or maybe they fell off. Maybe you know this and you're still saying this. You say, I know you've been I just want to thank you for being a loyal customer. But I've noticed that you haven't ordered in the last few months. What's going on? Tell me what's going on. Or I noticed you didn't order this month. How can I help? Do we need to tweak some things? Because if you're not seeing those things, that is our job. Our job is to help people feel better. And if we're not watching those trends and seeing when people fall off, then that is an indication we need to do better at our checklist, just like the pilot. Check your Plexus perks. That's a great indication when somebody turns off their subscription. Every single day, peek at it and just see where you need to go in that and who needs help. It'd actually even show you who has tons of perks they haven't even used yet. They might not even know what perks is and be like, girl, I just saw your account and I just saw you have I think I saw one the other day that had almost $500. Do you know that you have almost $500 worth of Plexus perks? Do you even know what that is? Just out of curiosity. And then perk that. Could you imagine having $500 and not even know it? So you can look into that. So 50 PV and under, start looking at stories, start looking at people that like your posts, even the non-Plexus posts, they still matter. And start evaluating where your team is going. If you know where your team is going, you know where you're going. They all follow suit. I'll post, I think a lot of us can get some ideas for, picnic at your house or potluck at your house or something like that. But somebody posted about fudge sickles, and they did the vanilla lean, coconut milk. I'll post this. Cherries frozen, and then like mold them and blend them. And she said they are delicious. Fudge sickles. You can do vanilla lean or you can do chocolate lean. And I thought, that's pretty cool. Sounds amazing. So start thinking about little fun things like that could pull into the summer, because people are just now, I feel like, realizing how close summer is. And so this is the time to start really posting about summer. What can you help to solve their summer issues or summer things that they might not have even thought of yet? A lot of people are thinking of swimsuit stuff now. A lot of people are thinking, oh my gosh, I got to put shorts on here soon. Stuff like that. Okay. So I want to know, does everybody have a plan that they feel excited about? And if not, we're going to dive into that.
I mean, I am excited. My plan, I don't always know what it looks like, but that is part of my problem, probably. Like, I am excited and I have goals, and I get like what you gave me just now about like different things to look for, like the PV, help and add one, obviously, but the perk stuff, that really helps me because it gives me specifics on things I can specifically go and do and be like, oh, okay. Cause I just looked at my perks after you said that, not mine, but my people's perks.
Yeah.
And FYI, Jennifer, it took me forever to figure out where that stuff was. So just, if you don't know where it is, I can help you see it now, but you may already know. Who knows? You're better at that than I am. But
y'all have to find it someday, right?
Yes, you do. And it's good because I just looked on there and one of my gals has like 500 perks. And I'm like, so like, she's one that I could totally be like, dude, you've got all these perks, you need to get on there and you need to use them. So just little things like that help, I think, because sometimes, and I've told you this so many times, Cass, I get super overwhelmed because I feel like I have so much to do and not consistent time to do it. So that is hard for me sometimes, but that is very helpful, I feel like.
Good. And I think that's a lot of us. I mean, the mindset stuff that Jessica's been posting, I watched the procrastination one from yesterday, and then I watched half of today's. So good. The procrastination one was key for me because it's stress. Stress is what pushes us to not do the things that, because of stress, we're like, but that's one more thing I've got to do. And oh my gosh, right?
I watched that and that was crazy. That was good.
It was so good. 5 minutes. I think it was like 4 minutes and something. That's why I put it in our thread, because I'm like, sometimes I feel like sometimes when there's a video to watch, we all think it's an hour or longer and we don't have time. So it's like, oh, well, I'll try to watch that later, unless I'm the only one. But when I saw it was only 5 minutes, I was like, y'all, watch this. Mel Robbins is one to follow. Highly recommend following her. There's a lot of things other that I don't like about her, but mindset stuff, hands down, she's got that key, like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Even if it's 5 minutes, get 5 minutes of what you're procrastinating done. It's like, that's good. So same with Julia, where you feel like, oh my gosh, well, I have this person I want to help with over and this person that I want to help. Like, how do I do all of that? And I think sometimes that can be overwhelming, but you just focus on the one and then don't even look at the rest yet. And then you're okay. I helped her reach out to every single person that liked their post. Okay, let me go to April. I'm going to help her do the exact same thing I just helped Susie with. And then you just kind of do it that way, because I feel like when you do have a bigger bucket, it's harder to try to get every single person in those little T's. Another nice thing is to just plug them into a quick, like, hey, I'm going to be helping you 3 ladies. I'm coaching you 3 ladies this month. You all are going towards the same goals. I want to be that person for you. And so I just want to share everything to you all at once. And so that you can feel a little bit closer community with you 3 as you're all going towards the same goals. Sometimes those smaller communities are really, really powerful, and they gain a sideline sister they would have not had unless you've done that. So those little chats are really nice to do. Okay, anybody else? Do you have a plan that you're excited about now, or you're getting excited about?
Me.
Mhm.
So I'm focusing a lot more and getting excited for the Depuff challenge. I don't know, maybe it's because that's where I went silver, but that's one of those challenges that you see results. I mean, in 2 weeks, you can see those small results. And that's what people need, because you get those, if, besides that, I went on, the triplex system right after that when I realized what Plexus was. And I mean, I almost gave up because it wasn't working.
Mhm.
So to me, I feel like doing that challenge gets people going. And then you can start plugging in and, getting to the core of the other problems too, because now they're starting to gain more belief and they have more support from those groups.
Mhm.
So I'm getting excited for that. My plan is I'm going to add 6 new people to that challenge in 7 days. That's my plan.
You can do it.
I'm going to add 2 white lines to it. Got to get them in there. And then I'm going to help Ashley go senior silver. So.
All right. Does Ashley have a plan for that? Have you created a plan for?
Yeah, we just, that's what I was talking just a minute ago. That's what she just told me. She plans on sending out messages to everyone she knows that needs it to get them into into the challenges. And then she's going to work on posting a little more.
Yeah. I think most people don't recognize how big a challenge is and how big and important and impactful this can be. This is an opportunity for you to almost double your goals. Like, it really can happen. Genevieve even said, if you're halfway to your goal, then you're on the right track. She said, because it's Magic Week and you're halfway, you just have to have a plan. You can't be like, well, I'm going to go and hit senior gold. Okay, well, great. What's your plan for that? Because if you're going to say that, there's no action steps. So that's what we have to be excited about when we wake up every single morning. It's like, okay, today I'm going to help Ashley go senior silver because I'm going to help her create some messages, or I'm going to help her, because we all know that newbie feeling when you're like, I don't know what to do. What message do I do? What do I say? Crap. They said this. What do I say next, Cassie? You know what I mean? Like, we've all been there, right? I still sometimes am there. I'm like, huh? I had one today that was like, first time for me, 6 years, was, hey, there's somebody, it was a level 1. She was like, there was somebody that wants to know if they can talk to a doctor in Plexus so that they can see if they can take these products or not. And I'm like, that's a first. Usually we say, go to your doctor, go to your pharmacist, but they wanted to talk to a Plexus doctor, not anybody, that Plexus doctor. And so that was a first. Anyway, but having a plan, highly, I mean, these challenges, I'm excited because we have 7 days to promote the heck out of this. And I really, when I say that I'm competitive on things, like, I want it to be faith-filled, I really want it to be faith-filled. I want it to be like, yes, we're part of Chris's team, but I want it to be like, this is our team. Our team is on there. All of our team is doing this challenge. And do not discredit any single person. You reach out and be like, and short and sweet, hey, I'm doing a next Depuff challenge. The last person, the average that we saw in the last time was about 5 pounds, because so much of us really need to get the inflammation of winter off. Are you interested in hearing more about that? You know, you don't have to say, honey, I think you've gained some weight. Like, we don't want to do all, no, don't do that, right? Don't do that. It's more of, I'm doing this Depuff challenge because I know that inflammation is a huge key in everything. And I like a good refresh. Would you like to do a refresh with me as we go into the summer? Because I did have, and it was years ago, I did have somebody that had a horrible mindset with, they had eating disorder and lots of bad things with weight loss. Don't let that stop you, but just tweak your words when you're reaching out. Don't make them feel like they're being like, oh, you think I need to lose weight? No, that's not what I'm saying. So just when you're just, it's really inviting them because you're doing it. Like, hey, I'm doing this challenge. I just thought of you. I thought, how fun would it be to do this together? Would you like to hear more about it? Dive into that. So white lines, if you don't know what white lines are and you're watching this later, white lines are somebody that has not ordered this month. There's no subscription. There's nothing happening. They're white as a ghost. This is when you reach out to them and be like, hey, I don't know if you saw, but we actually have a really great pack that sees instant results, pretty quick results. Would you like to do this with me? Oh, what pack are you talking about? Maybe they've tried half of it, but they've not tried all 3 or 2 bottles of Ease. You know what I mean? Like start diving into those kind of things. Okay. Hello, Miss Hannah. Okay. So a lot of us are in the chat. Make sure your graphics are up. Make sure we're going to be knocking those down. We're going to be doing lots of fun things in that chat the next 7 days. It's going to blow up. Like it's going to be Magic Week, and there's going to be a lot of gift parties, a lot of giveaways, things of that nature. I'm going to actually do another round of the coffee or Amazon. So be ready for that, because messages and follow-ups are key to our business. I think it takes up to 8 to 10 follow-ups for somebody to say yes. Raise your hand. Did you start Plexus the first time somebody said Plexus to you? Well, Shara, both of y'all stop it. Literally, you never heard of Plexus before. What? Okay, y'all are unicorns. Okay, I'm just saying you're unicorns, because that's very rare.
I never thought about it. I didn't know what Plexus was. So Hannah, I guess there was a energy challenge, easy energy challenge. And so Laura was in that challenge, and she asked my mother-in-law to join her. And so my mother-in-law was like, hey, you should do this with us. I'm like, okay. But I never even signed under my mother-in-law. I signed under Laura. I don't know. And then I was like, okay, let's do this challenge. And then that's when I was like, oh, Plexus is gut health. Oh my gosh, I have gut health. I need that. So yeah, no, I had no idea what Plexus was. It was just like, hey, you should do this with me. I need energy. And the main thing was energy.
Yeah. Energy
is what caught me.
Yeah. Well, and I think, and sometimes when desperation, most people will be like, tell me what you got. I'm ready. So there is a difference in that part. So, but I will tell you, for me, it took 2.5 years of hearing about Plexus that I was like, hell to the no. Yeah. Well, we know Julia beat me 6 years, so it's okay. But you could have a Julia if you keep following up, you keep reaching out, and you keep loving on them. Because if I gave up on Julia, y'all wouldn't know her. No, she wouldn't be here. And just think about those kind of things. How is your ask? Did you ask? Okay. Next thing, Patricia and Hannah, we talked about the beginning. I am recording this so you can watch the beginning, but I do want to highlight this tonight so you know what your game plan is for tonight. Tonight, your roadmap. You're going to look at your team and you're going to print every single one for anybody that's trying to get their products paid for. And we're going to put their name on the silver. So you have every single person on their own roadmap. So you'll have Rachel on hers. And then you're like, well, okay, Rachel, I think she could, Rachel, what about a bigger goal? When do you feel like it would be a fun or great time to hit gold? And then you're like, because if you don't vision cast for this, there is no dream, there's no vision casting, there's nothing to look forward to. And so if you're like, when would you like to hit gold? Right now we've got you silver. When would gold be a great time? June, July, August. And let's say she says July. Great. Let's go ahead and write that down. And then if she even knows the bigger picture, you don't have to give her the bigger picture, but if she knows the bigger picture and be like, you know what about senior gold? Let's just go ahead and write two, maybe 3 of these down, because it's going to be really cool for you to look at this. And then 6 months from now, be like, oh my gosh, you hit this in July, you hit this in August, you hit this, and kind of see those steps and the growth that you've done because you've written those goals down. You vision casted those goals. So roadmaps, working on that tonight. And then we're going to be working on reaching out, lots of reach outs. So actually the last 15, 20 minutes, I probably will stop the recording, and we're going to dive into our back office for the last 15 minutes. We're going to be looking at who can we help add one? Who can we help that's under 50 PV? Who can we help come to the depuff challenge that you haven't asked yet? Those kind of things. And y'all be bold and share that graphic. I've shared that May graphic of what they could make 4 times today. One was to somebody else's, not on this call. She reached out to me because her sponsor is unavailable at the moment. And so she reached out to me and I said, hey, I'm happy to help you. We're actually doing a depuff challenge. Do you know about a referral program too? Because I would hate for you not to know about that as well. Pop, this is what it looks like. I think that sometimes we get afraid to share about money because it's money, but that is a money mindset issue, not because we are, and Megan Goff just talked about this and I was like, it's so true. In today's society, you almost have to have a dual income to survive. Gas prices, groceries, everything. You almost have to have a dual income to survive in these days. So think about that. Everybody's needing that. So share that May graphic with every single person that you might have already signed up or joined and be like, hey, did I talk to you about the referral bonus? This ends in a few days. I just want to make sure you knew about this. Would you like to talk more about it? Boom. Okay. So 15 minutes, well, actually 17 minutes, but we're going to log into your virtual office, look at every single person, and we're going to start inviting like heck to the Depuff Challenge because we don't have much time left on that. We have 7 days to invite people. And so we've got to get it going. Okay. Yes, Hannah.
You can stop the recording if you want, but
okay.